welcome to your practice. My name is Elyse Leren, and today we are working with some heart openers, some hip openers, all leading to a pose called mermaid. We will use a block and a strap today. For the strap, I'd like to set it up. Obviously there are many different types of straps, so to find a loop that works with your strap might take a moment, but for the one that has the two metal pieces, you'll slide the tail end underneath both, pull it through a little bit, and then go over and under. So over the first, under the second. And then when you pull it tight, you have a loop. And the loop is going to come about to the size of an apple or an orange or a grapefruit, just something that your foot can fit through towards the end of our practice. Then you can place this off to the side. If I'm talking too fast, please feel free to pause this video, figure out your strap situation. If you don't have a strap, totally fine. I'll show you a way to do what we're going to do without a strap as well. Okay, and then one block, if you don't have a block, a water bottle, a book, something that will just lift the ground closer to you will be very helpful today as well. Okay, we are going to start today on our backs. So come all the way down. Bring your block with you. And we'll start in supported bridge pose. So lift your hips, slide your block underneath your low back, right at your sacral region, which is where your tailbone lands. So not as high up as the mushier muscle part of your low back, but right down to the bone. And then we'll start with arms overhead today. All right, now first just lift your hips off of the ground by pressing down through your feet. Press your feet down and forward so that you feel your shoulders traction down your back with the help of your mat. And then keep that action as you lower your hips back down to the block. We'll start here with just 3 deep breaths together. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, open your mouth and exhale all of your air out. Close down your mouth. Inhale into your belly, into your chest. Hold your breath at full. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. Again, inhale, belly, chest. Hold your breath at full. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. One more. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Sipping more air at the top. Sipping more air at the top. Hold your breath at full. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. You have arrived. Close down your mouth. Start to breathe in and out through your nose for Ujjayi pranayama. Send the breath through the back of your throat. So your breath becomes a bit louder, a bit more textured. Now lower your arms down by your sides. Lift your hips off of the block and move the block off to the side. And then lower your sit bones all the way down to the ground. We'll move like a wave with arms and hips with the breath. So on an inhale, press down through the ground. Lift your hips, lift your arms up towards the ceiling and then back overhead to where they just were. Press down and forward through your feet to traction your shoulders down your back. Exhale, completely deflate, lower your hips at the same time as you lower your arms all the way down to the ground. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your arms up towards the ceiling and then overhead. Press down and forward through your feet, engage through your hamstrings and glutes. Exhale, lower your hips as you lower your arms all the way down. Last time, inhale, lift your hips, lift your arms. Arms land overhead, press the ground away. Exhale, lower your arms, lower your hips. So good. Keep your arms by your sides, walk your shoulder blades closer together. Inhale, lift your hips. Now option here to keep walking your triceps, your shoulder blades even closer. Also option to interlace hands underneath your sacrum if that feels okay for you. Press the ground away. And now drag your heels in towards your fist or in towards your shoulders to work the legs in a different way. Lift your chest towards your chin away from your chest. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release your hands, release your legs, come all the way down. Nice job. Bring your knees in towards your belly. Start to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. Take a few rocks, gain some momentum, step your knees behind you, come into a tabletop all fours, and just have your block at the top of your space here. On an inhale, reach your right leg into the air behind you. Square your hips, reach through your heel. Bend your knees so the bottom of your foot points up towards the ceiling. Now reach your left arm forward. Bend at your elbows so your fingertips point up. The amount of mobility you have here should feel a little bit less than what it just was. Inhale, lift your elbow, lift your knee, lift your chest. Exhale, curl in, elbow and knee connect. Round your upper back. Keep them bent. Inhale, lift fingertips, lift bottom of foot up. Exhale, curl in, puff up your upper back. One more round. Inhale, lift. Ooh. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Now extend your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Open your shoulder and reach your left hand back for the outside edge of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, lift your knee a bit higher, and continue to peel your left shoulder open. So good. Squeeze your right glute a bit more. Lift out of your left hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your left hand. Draw your right knee to your nose and step your foot to the top of your space. From here, bend both knees 90 degrees and reach your arms up overhead. Front knee is right over your front ankle, back hip over your back knee. Press down into the ground through your right heel to lengthen your low back. Press hands together overhead. Lower your shoulders just slightly down your back. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your left hand to your upper back, right between your shoulder blades. And then lower your right arm around and down. Flip your palm towards the back of your mat. Elbows point away from one another. Then reach through the elbows. So good. Start to lift up through your left arm and then slightly over to the right, drawing your right elbow towards the ground on the right side, getting deeper into your left hip flexors, your left side body. So good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower left hand down to earth or block. Release your right arm up towards the ceiling. Find a twist. Make a fist through your right hand, circle through your wrist. Now stay in your twist, tuck under your back toes. Inhale, lift your back knee, grounded twist. Front knee right over your front ankle. Bump your left hip as high as your right as you shift your right hip crease further back. It might feel good here to lean back through your right arm, opening up your pec in the front of your shoulder. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Plant both hands. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists, spread wide from your thumbs to your pinkies. Lift your kneecaps up your legs, take a breath in. Exhale, shift forward and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. You can always lower your knees to help. Untuck your toes, lengthen your legs back. Bring your hands back by your outer hips, palms face down. Now I recommend tenting your fingertips here. Lift your shoulder heads away from the ground. Squeeze shoulder blades closer together. Root down through your toenails. Inhale, lift your upper body up. Now with your tented fingertips, crawl your hands further back. Lift your heart up by engaging through your back muscles. Stay out of your low back. Stack your ears over your shoulders. Can you lift 1 inch higher? Take a breath in. Exhale, lower everything down. Good. Now bring your hands right by your lowest ribs. Fingertips point forward. Wrap your elbows in. Inhale, curl up, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Draw shoulders down your back. Squeeze elbows in, lift your heart. Keep length in the back of your neck. Breath in. Exhale, lower down. Last variation, tent your fingertips off of your mat onto your floor. Elbows point up. Inhale, curl up, super cobra pose. Lift all the way up to your belly button. Exhale, dip your right shoulder, lift your gaze left. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder, draw your gaze right. Inhale through center, lift a bit taller. Exhale, lower your head down. Bring your hands back by your low ribs, tuck under your toes. Lift your knees off the ground. Inhale, press the ground away, plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Pedal through your heels. Shift your hips side to side, shake your head yes and no. Find some movement here that feels good for your body to settle. Once settled, bring a light bend to your knees. Tilt your tailbone up towards where the ceiling and wall meet. Keeping this length, straighten-ish your legs. Then I personally like to draw my shoulders slightly farther forward to plug my arms in. And then without drawing my chest too far back, I still want my armpits to stay hollow here. That means that your arm is integrated into your shoulder. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, slow round forward to a plank pose. Shoulders arrive over your wrists. Exhale, bend your knees, chest to thighs. Come into a tiger stretch. Keep your knees bent. Shift your shoulders now forward over your wrists, hovering tabletop. If you need to step your feet closer to your wrists, please do. Now your back should be pretty flat here. Knees only an inch off the ground. Step your feet a little bit closer to one another. Keep everything as is. Just lift right toes off the ground. Squeeze your hamstrings. Right heel to right glute. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower right foot. Other side, left heel to left glute. Keep the bend in your right knee. Squeeze your hamstrings. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your foot. Pull hands and feet towards one another. Take one more breath in. Turn on your core. Exhale, lower your knees to the ground. Nice job. One cat-cow. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, catch into chest. Come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach your left leg into the air behind you. Square your hips. Now bend your knee, bottom of foot up towards the ceiling. Reach your right arm, opposite arm forward. Bend your elbow, fingertips point up. Feel your arm plug into your shoulder. Lift elbow and knee higher, take a breath in. Exhale, curl and round, knee to elbow. Two more, inhale, lift elbow and knee up a bit higher. Exhale, curl in. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to where you started. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, open your shoulder, and then back for the pinky edge of your back foot. Kick foot into hand, lift your knee higher. Feel as you kick your foot back an opening in the right side of your shoulder. Light bend in your standing elbow. Maybe lift your gaze right. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly release right hand down to the mat, knee to nose, and step your left foot top of space. From here, inhale, arms to lift, both knees bent 90 degrees. If you need to pad underneath your back knee for more support, please do so. Press your hands together. Start to engage through your arm muscles, your upper back. Now bend your right elbow, fingertips to your upper back. Lower left hand down by your side. Bend your elbow, palm faces back. Hands do not need to grip or touch here. Pull your elbows apart for more space in the backs of your arms. Press your head into your forearm. Now start to reach up through right elbow and over to the left. As you keep pulling your left heel back, it's going to square your hips, which will get you deeper into your right hip flexors and quad. So good. Inhale, come back through center. Lower right hand down to earth or block. Inhale, reach left arm up. Make a fist circle through your wrist. Tuck under your back toes. On an inhale, lift your back knee. Square those hips, bump your right hip up, shift your left hip back. And then see if you can draw your right side rib cage up towards your left thumb a bit more. You can always, again, find that variation of drawing your hand and arm further back. Take one more breath in. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Inhale, plank pose, left foot joins right. Feel strong here. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward, come halfway down. Flip to the tops of your feet, inhale, up dog or cobra. Bend in your elbows, shoulders down your back, expand through your heart space. Use your core here, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Still building heat, exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, jump your feet outside of your hands, Malasana squat. Good. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart, and I want you to lift your hips up a few inches so that you're sitting in a place that no longer feels comfortable. You're not dumping in your hips, but using your muscles here to hold you. Press down through your feet. Inhale, mountain pose, arms lift. Keep your feet turned out. Exhale, cactus your arms. Squeeze shoulder blades closer together, lift your heart. Draw your pubic bone up to lengthen low back. Inhale, arms lift, grow tall, palms touch. Exhale, settle back to Malasana. Keep your hips a little bit higher than you want to. Maybe press arms and legs into one another for more engagement. Plant your hands, step it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, shift forward, come halfway down. Bring it right back up to plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, skip, jump, Malasana, top of your space. Lift your hips a bit higher. Inhale, mountain pose. Now moving breath to movement. Exhale, cactus your arms, lengthen low back. Inhale, arms lift, grow tall through your sides. Exhale, hands through heart, Malasana, getting into the hips. Plant your hands, inhale, plank. Try to step your feet back silently. Exhale, shift forward, come halfway down. Right back up, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more round breath to movement. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, skip, jump, Malasana, lift your hips a bit higher. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, Malasana. Plant your hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale, shift forward, come halfway down. Back up, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a breath in, fill up. Hopefully feeling warm by now. Exhale out of your mouth, let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg into the air behind you. Square your hips. Reach through your heel. Exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip. Circle through your ankle. Lift your left shoulder a bit higher. Inhale, straighten back through right leg, square your hips. Exhale, step forward to a lunge. High crescent on a breath in. Reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bend at your elbows. Bend your back knee so that it hovers and press your head into your forearms. Lengthen low back. Now on an inhale, press the ground away, straighten your back leg. Extend your arms behind you, lift your gaze up. Exhale, Skandasana, back of your mat. Turn your toes to the left, bend your right knee. Right toes point up, extend through your hamstrings here. Now press down through both feet. Inhale, 5-pointed star, come back up. Exhale, warrior 2, top of your space. Front knee right over your front ankle. Back foot parallel to the back line of your mat. Reach in both directions. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee. Now straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand to leg or block. Light bend in your front knee. Shift your right hip back so you have extra length in your side body here. Bring your top hand to your top hip. Look down in front of your right toes. Start to shorten your stance. Reach right hand forward and launch into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Same shape here, so your toes are still in the front plane of your body. Reach through your heel and reach left arm up. Light bend in front knee, press down through your right foot. Start to bend your top knee, heel to glute. You can stay right here and breathe. Or maybe left hand reaches back and captures your left foot. If you grab your foot, kick foot into hand, just like you did on your knees a moment ago. Take one more breath in where you are. Exhale, release through half moon if you went into Chapasana. And lower left hand down, square your hips, standing splits. Walk your hands closer to your right foot if that's available for you. Reach back and up through your left heel. Release your head and neck. Take one more breath in. Exhale, step your foot back. Plant your hands. Inhale, one-legged plank. Reach your right leg into the air. Keep your hips low. Exhale, shift forward. Come halfway down. Flip to the tops of both feet. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, core draws us back. Downward facing dog. Next leg. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Exhale. You can circle through your ankle here. For a deeper stretch, draw your heel closer to your glutes. Inhale, straighten through left leg. Exhale, step forward to a lunge. High crescent breath in, arms lift. Palms touch. Front knee over your front ankle. If it's wobbly, step your right foot further right. Bend your elbows, thumbs to upper back, then lean back. Bend your back knee, lengthen low back, pull your pubic bone up. As you straighten back leg, extend through your arms. Inhale. Settle. Skandasana, back of your mat, bend right knee. Left toes point up. Keep your chest lifted here. If you need to keep your hips higher, please do that so that you can be where you need to be today. Always listen to your body first. Press the ground away. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Turn your toes, settle in. If your front knee surpasses your ankle, scoot your front foot more forward. Then pull your feet energetically towards one another to engage through inner thighs. Arms are active. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse. Straighten front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Left hand to leg or block. Right arm straight up. Like bend in left knee. Draw left hip back. You have this gentle drawing down of your top hip, this inner rotation, outer rotation in the front hip. So this is the same shape as your half moon. You'll bring your top hand to top hip, shorten your stance, and just tip it on its side. Left hand can come to block if you'd like. Reach through your right heel a lot, right arm reaches up. Press the ground away through left foot. See if your left hand can get a bit lighter. From here, bend top knee, heel to glute. You can stay here and breathe, or reach right hand towards pinky toe edge of back foot, kick foot into hand, Shavasana. Squeeze shoulder blades slightly closer together wherever you are, breath in. Exhale, release through half moon. Lower right hand down, square your hips, standing splits. Right toes dial down, hips are now closed. Hands can walk towards left foot, maybe even wrap around left leg. Take one more breath in. Exhale, step back, plant your hands. Inhale, plank. Lift your left leg. Exhale, shift forward, come halfway down. Inhale, up dog or cobra, both feet down. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Inhale, look to the top of your space. Exhale, walk, skip, jump, forward fold. Now from here, grab your strap. I know you've been wondering about this the whole time. Loop your strap around your left foot. So the little loop is going to go around the left foot, and then you'll step it back for a warrior 1 shape. Back heel is at an angle. Then come on up to stand, shoulders over your hips. Take the strap in your left hand and loop it so that your elbow points up. Right hand's going to do the same. It's going to reach up. So you were just here, hands together, leaning back in your high crescent lunge, right? Now we're just rooting through the back heel. I'm going to take it maybe 1 step deeper. Front knee locks in over your front ankle. Draw your elbows closer together and start to walk your hands down your strap. Keep your chest puffing up and forward. Length through your low back. This should start to feel pretty intense pretty quickly. You're just going to pull on the strap wherever you land and take 3 deep breaths. If you don't have a strap, you're doing this. Without the strap, you lean back. Everyone, 1 more breath in. Exhale, release the strap. If you have it, come on up. Straighten your front leg. Pyramid pose. You might want to step your back foot further up. Hands can come to block here if the ground feels too far. Give your hamstrings some love. You can always have a bend in your front knee if it feels too intense. All right, step your left foot up to meet your right. Take the loop off of your left foot. Slide it onto your right foot. Then from here, you will step your right foot back at an angle, warrior one feet. Come up to stand. Good. Grab the strap with your right hand. Bring it around your shoulder, elbow points up. Left arm reaches up as well and reaches for the strap. Front knee straight over your front ankle. Lengthen your low back. Lift through your heart, your sternum. Then maybe see if you can walk your hands slightly further down your strap as you point your elbows up. Imagine rolling over a big beach ball with your chest. Breathe into your sides. Breathe into the front of your rib cage. 3 deep breaths. You got this. Keep core lightly toned. All right, if you have the strap, release. Lift up, straighten front leg, hinge and fold. Option to pop your back foot further up, pyramid pose. And then allow yourself to just settle in as you need to here, releasing any tension or engagement that you might still be feeling. And then step your right foot up to meet your left, forward fold, hands to opposite elbows, gently rock side to side. And then come to a stillness. All right, take your strap off. You can move it off to the side. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, optional final vinyasa if you want it. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg into the air, square your hips. Exhale, right knee to right wrist, right ankle to left. Come into a half pigeon pose. Now you might be wanting to lie down right now, but instead we're going to keep it active. Lift your chest and square your hips. From here, bend your back knee, heel to glute. You can stay here and breathe. If this is really intense, I recommend staying for just a few breaths. That's how we let it loosen, right? Or you're going to reach up and back with left hand for left foot. You'll grab the inside edge now. You can always sit yourself up on a block as well. All right, just start to gently draw your heel closer to you and further away, checking out that quad, seeing how this feels for your knee. For mermaid, you can grab your foot and slide it into your elbow. Okay, you can stay here or reach your right arm up and stay here. You can stay here or bend your right elbow like we've been doing. And maybe right hand finds left, or you use your strap between your two hands to give yourself more space. This is the full pose. Lean back, breathe in, and breathe out. To come out, release right hand first, up, then down. Grab your foot with your hand, and then gently guide it back. And then from here, you can sleep your pigeon. 3 deep breaths right here. You can also take a figure 4 shape on your back if you need to. Come back up to your hands, tuck under your back toes. Lift your back knee, step right foot to meet left, pedal through your heels, downward facing dog. One more side to go. Inhale, lift left leg up. Exhale, half pigeon, left knee, left wrist, left ankle, right wrist. Step your back knee further back, untuck your toes, then tent your fingertips, square your hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Good, from here, you are going to bend your back knee, heel to glute. You do this with the engagement of the leg, that's it. So stay here if you need to, or step your left hand slightly further forward, reach right arm back, capture inside edge of your foot. You can stay here or start to pulse the leg in and out, checking out what it feels like for your knee, for your muscles. Left hand can always be on a block for more support if you need. Moving forward, you're going to grab your foot and slide your arm out so that it lands in your elbow crease. Stay here, breathe, or lift left arm up. Stay here and breathe, or bend your elbow and maybe peace fingers can grab one another on both hands. Lift your heart, lean back. Keep the weight even in both hips. And breathe. One more breath in. And we reverse it. Release your grip. Left hand up, then down. Grab your foot with your hand. Then guide it. And come forward into sleeping pigeon. Settle in. Feel a heaviness start to take over while still engaging through inner thighs. Can you release your head and neck? So good, come on up. Swing your right leg forward in front of you. Bring a block between your thighs and lower all the way down. Palms face up to the count of 5. Squeeze the block. 4. Engage your core. 3, 2, and all the way down. Nice job. T or cactus your arms, knees in towards your belly, breath in. Exhale, lower both knees to the right. You can bump your hips to the left, draw your gaze to the left. Take a few rounds of breath right here. Letting your body feel heavy and held. Inhale, slowly come back through center. Exhale, lower both knees to the left. You can bump your hips to the right, maybe draw your gaze to the right. And again, find a heaviness here. So no longer holding on through glutes or finding tension through the jaw, but letting your muscles completely relax and release. Inhale, slowly come back through center. Remove the block off to the side. Draw your knees in towards your belly. Give yourself a loving squeeze. Thank your body for showing up for you today. Inhale. Exhale, final Shavasana. Take up space. Arms can fall wherever feels most grounding for you. Let everything be for this moment of stillness. Today I leave you here to settle in for as long as you have. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to flow with you very soon. From my heart to yours, namaste.